Well, good morning, gamers. My name is TastyLife. Welcome to my favorite video of the year, which is the yearly, annual, every year, every 12 months bank video. I'm going to go over my current bank, what's changed over the last year or so, my current RuneScape goals, and at the end, I'm going to give a bit of an IRL update, which I don't really talk about my real life that much on purpose, at least with any depth. But there has been a really huge amount that's happened to me quite recently, both good and bad. I'm not quite ready to share all of it, but I do think it's nice to give some humanity to the good old TastyLife and not just be a voice behind a screen. So without further ado, I think we should just jump right in and start looking at the good old-fashioned bank. Okay, well, no spoilers here. All right, no clickbait, not today. The bank value is currently 11.2 bill, which is technically up from last year's bank video, but it's different. It's difficult to discern that for several reasons, mainly because the gear has just changed absolutely so much in my gear tab. But the first tab we have here is just basically my pets. I've got my cash, I've got my, max cape, my collections, the milk and the half moon spectacles, which we'll get into the milk in a second, and then just a couple cute little items that people have given me over the years, little trinkets. Anyway, the current pet count right now is 27. We can look at the collection log in a second, but I am 1 away from getting 28 pets, which is a full inventory, and unfortunately 3 away from hitting my goal for the end of last year, which was 30 pets. I definitely could have grinded the pets specifically harder, but I just had too many more goals that came up along the way, and I'm not too mad about it, because at the end of the day, this is a marathon and it's not a sprint. Anyway, you can take a look at all the pets I have. I'll go over them specifically at the end of this video, or I guess towards the middle of this video. But I do have a lot of plans to change the bank. Actually, we're going to get into it when I get to a specific tab. But for now, this is just the general, normal tab. Up next, we do have our teleports and runes. I honestly kind of like this tab. I guess it's not really perfect, but at the end of the day, I don't know. There's not a lot of runes that I actually use. I use pretty much only these runes specifically. I never use fucking mind runes for anything. A lot of these I have in here just to kind of fill out bank space and make them look good, which is ultimately kind of a waste, but I have 1,040 bank spaces, and I'm never even anywhere close to running out, so doesn't really bother me that much. I have some teleport tabs. These are really the main ones that I use for various purposes. I don't use them super often, but they're just nice to have on hand. Most of them are for, clue stuff. I've got rune pouch. I've got a few teleport scrolls that I just use somewhat often. I've got the book itself. My Gommel's Hilt, 2 Ring of Shadows for DT2 bosses. All this gear, various teleports, necklaces, whatever. This is a pretty basic tab, honestly. I don't see this changing too much. If anything, I'm going to clean it up a little bit when I do my big bank overhaul, but this is going to be relatively the same, I think. And then the tab after that, I've always loved this tab. I'm going to continue to love this tab. This is my supplies tab, which clocks in at 400 mil right now. That might be due to the saturated heart, a lot of it. Yeah, this thing is 100 mil. Dude, that's actually kind of insane. I've got some purple sweets, which I do use quite often. I don't really use any food other than anglerfish, now that I think about it. But I have some cheap food and some cromblons, just in case I need that ever. Bones to peaches, God War stuff. Got my Zulrah scales, all of my rechargeables, really, for all my charged weapons. And then blood shards for when I need to recharge my blood fury. These vials are completely meaningless. I never use them. I just like stacks of white items. I think they look good. And I needed to fill out the first 2 rows just because of the way I have the rest of this organized, so I figured I'd throw those in there. Ooh, I do need to re-up my Guthix Rest. I actually use those a lot when I do TOB, which I'll show you the collection log in a little bit. I don't need anything from there, but I run with hardcores occasionally, and it's good money, and it's fun, so I'm there quite a bit. I've also tried to cut down the potions in this potions tab. I used to have quite a bit more, but now I really only bring the things that I actually use. Which, now that I think about it, I could probably get rid of my Divine Raging potions. I could probably get rid of my Prayer potions. I don't need Zami Brews anymore. Those are mainly for combat achievement things, but we do have the new DT2 ones coming up soon, so I'm going to keep them there for now. And then, of course, the rest of my Guthix Rest. I should go decant those, actually. That'll help a lot. I don't know what the hell those are. I'm going to be honest. I don't know. I forget what they do, so I'm probably going to get rid of those. And then Summer Pies, which, what did I use those for? Oh, that's right. I used them for Duke. For run energy, that's what I did. But I did get the Dookie pet. Here we go, Baron, one of my favorite pets in the game. And those are retired. I'll probably end up selling those. I don't know how much that's worth. 2 mil. Okay. But yeah, Potions tab is pretty basic. I really like the way this one looks. I think it's quite aesthetic, especially when you like scroll over it as you're going through the rest of your bank. But the next tab is kind of the big kahuna. This is what everybody always wants to see, and that is the Gear tab. Bah. Gear tab right now is not looking fantastic, if I'm being honest. Oh, that's sorry. I'd move those around for the screenshot for the thumbnail. My bad. But I do have all of the Slayer helms. I have a cool little Slayer helm collection that I really, really enjoy. Obviously, I only use the Zuck Slayer helm because I'm just built different, but it's nice to have all of them. Maybe if I was going real minimalist, I would like refund these points and then, I don't know, sell the black mask. I don't really need to. Like, I like the way they look, as long as the bank looks aesthetic. I am missing all of my spirit shields and all of my nightmare staves because I sold them for a behemoth giveaway, which I'm sure as many of you know, I have taken over the behemoth channel as the desk host, at least part of the channel. And I did a giveaway for Christmas, and I ended up giving away like 700 mil or something like that. So that was unfortunate for my bank account, but rather fortunate for the community. And the way I have this laid out, I know a lot of people have their banks laid out so that it's easy to withdraw stuff, and it kind of makes sense from an ease of use perspective. However, most of the things that I do are organized by these bank tags on the left side. So it doesn't really matter how the actual tab itself looks. Like if I click on this, then all of my gear is right here that I need for Zulrah, and it's done and dusted. It doesn't affect the way this looks, so I try to keep this looking good. Notable achievements and gains this year. I think I had the Shadow last year. I don't remember. I'm pretty sure I did. I do have Blood Torva now as well. That came out somewhat recently. That was definitely the hardest grind in the entire game. And I was actually supposed to release a video about that, but unfortunately my video editor ghosted me, strung me along a little bit. And so by the time I realized the video was not going to be done, it was like, I don't know, a couple months after Blood Torva was released, and it just didn't really feel right releasing it. I do have the footage, and I do have the script, and I do have the storyboard and everything all the way done. So maybe one day I'll find, another editor and just kind of give them all that stuff and retry the video and just kind of pop it out as a little surplus video so you guys can see the journey, because it was really fun, even though it was extremely fucking hard. But I don't know, if you guys want to see that, go ahead and pop it down below. We can talk about it. I wouldn't be opposed to it. It will cost me editing money, but I don't know, I already filmed the video. It feels like kind of a waste to not put it out, so I'll probably do it anyway. Oh, I messed up my bank tags as well, dude. God damn it. Oh yeah, sorry, I was messing with things for a screenshot. Anyway, obviously full Masori. I still have my Twisted Ancestral, which is one of my favorite sets in the game. I've got my Piss Crystal, or the pistol as I like to say it. It was a meme at first, but I actually like the way it looks. It's cool, dude. Fuck you, it's cool. Also have Inquisitors, which hopefully will get a buff at some point, but for right now is almost completely worthless. See, this set is really weird pricing, actually. Okay, well, that's not horrific, but the price of Inquisitor is not really that good. If I need to sell anything for more money ever, which I might need to soon, Inquisitor is kind of next on the chopping block. Of course, I've got my Fang kit. I've got the Void Waker. I've got my Sanguine Scythe. I'll put these up there so it looks good. Holy Sang Staff. I'm trying out the new Blazing Blowpipe, which I don't love it, but I don't know. It's, it's fine. I did have a Soul Reaper, but I sold it for the giveaway. Bada bing, bada boom. I don't really care. I have all of the new rings, which is really sick. Good feeling. And then obviously gloves are kind of all the same. I don't know what happened down here. My stuff got messed up. I don't know what I did. So it doesn't usually look quite this messy. It usually looks a little better. I pinky promise, but, how the fuck? Okay, well, that's fine. Got some ammunition down here. Got salves, got chins, the new Din's Blazing Bulwark. And then all this stuff, which is mediocrely important. But yeah, that's the gear tab, and that is a massive amount of value of my bank. That is 8.06 bill, a little over 8 bill. Another huge value adder is my milk stack, but we're going to get to that at the end of the video. I'll reveal the current price of that soon, so you guys can check that out. The next tabs are less important, but I still kind of like them. This is my skilling tab, which for the foreseeable future is going to remain pretty similar. These are the buckets of sand I've gotten from Bert delivering them to my bank every day. 3.2 mil, oh boy. In another 4 years, I'm gonna have a bond, which will be cool, I guess. Thank you. I've got like currency baits up here, a couple like minigame skilling awards. I've got the Temperos stuff. That was my Steam, not you guys, sorry. I guess I don't really need the bronze axes anymore. I had those for like solo chambers back when combat achievements came out. But I'm gonna do a really clean sweep here at some point, hopefully in the near future, to completely reorganize my bank, but it's hinging on one little thing, and we'll get to that in a little bit. But for now, we have the Slayer tab, which is probably my messiest tab, I would say, in terms of just visual organization. I have all of my spare capes here. A couple max variants, just random gear. I've got my toggle, I've got my cannon. I mean, just a bunch of random stuff. All my spare heads, my Turiel tokens over here. Mithril darts that I do not need anymore, actually, now that I think about it. It's only a mil. Gmaul, a couple Barrows pieces. This is kind of a disaster. I had, whoa. 677 dragon. Why do I have that? Dude, those must come from Elite Cat, or the Dragon Impli. 15 mil? Bro, what the fuck? Dude, I have almost 16 mil of Dragon Daggers in my bank. Why do I have that? I don't know. Okay, this this tab's gonna need a good cleaning, honestly. This is one of the ones that's gonna be cleaned pretty heavily for the time being, but again, we'll deal with it later. I'm gonna go sell those after the video. That's actually a lot. Now, up next is the most important tab in my bank currently. That's right, it is my clue tab. It's not that crazy looking, okay? It's not insane. I'm gonna go over my goals in a second, and it'll make a little bit more sense, but just as a generality, I am a pet hunter. That's not the end of the story, but that's kind of how I structure all my RuneScape goals right now. And my biggest, most desired pet at the current moment is the Bloodhound. And obviously that is extremely rare. I'll show you guys how many masters I have right now, but it's absolutely disgusting. Like, I have so many master clues done. We'll get into it. I'm not going to spoil too much, but this is all the things we need for clues. So as soon as I get the Bloodhound, I am going to be able to basically delete this whole tab. I'm going to be able to store this whole tab because this has some clue stuff in here. I'm going to be putting my pets in my POH and completely reorganizing my bank. I'd like to make it as minimal as possible. And so hopefully that will have a pretty massive effect on the bank layout, on the bank structure. I'm really looking forward to it, but obviously it's going to take quite a bit of time. Hopefully not too long. I'm praying we get it sooner rather than later. Anyway, yeah, like I said, that's all my clue implings. It's the fallow steps. It's the random things you need for various clues. Master clues are the only clue I do. I've been grinding those really hard recently, and like I said, we'll get into it, but for now, this is also a really cool tab. I love this tab. I love the way it looks. But this is basically my Completionist tab. I have all of my graceful sets. I have the Sinhaza Shroud tier 5. I've got my Champion's Cape. I've got my one Victor's Cape from LMS. All of my clue rewards from the other things. I've got my minigame skilling outfits, my random event outfits, the big fish, like all the just random cool stuff you can get throughout playing RuneScape. And again, this is all gonna be going into my into my house, out of my bank once I get that Bloodhound, because I do need a few of these skilling outfits. And I need like graceful and stuff, so that should clear up some stuff. And it's not like I ever actually use these. Like, I never just wear these around. I'll do it for the end of the video, but like, really, it just kind of takes up space and reminds me that I have it, which is not super important to me. Just the fact that I got it was the fun part. And this is the last tab. This is like my collectibles, and this is where I dump all of my loot I get from PVMing. I basically just click on this tab and then do this and just deposit everything. Obviously, I've just cleaned it out. So there's nothing in here besides all the untradables. I've got dupe dust. I've got a bunch of kits. I've got a dupe mutagen. Yeah, my blood torva thing. And then, you know, normally this is really messy, and my bank will get up to like 800 or 900 slots filled if I don't clean it in a little bit. But that is the gist. Oops, I forgot my outfit. Hold up. But yeah, that is the gist of everything I have. So I think first, also playtime, 454 days. I'm not doing the math. Someone can figure that out, I guess. Almost 900 million total XP. It will be really cool to get to 1 bill one day. I hope that happens. It will. It's just a matter of time, I think. Obviously, 45 combat task, Grandmaster, by the way. And then the most important page of the collection log is all pets. Now, like I said, this is important. I'm going to go over something pretty big here. I am a pet hunter. Okay, that is actually what I call myself. But I don't want all pets. I want to pet hunt the pets that I think are fun to go for. Like, I'm not going for, I don't know, the mining pet. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to chin for the baby Chinchompa. There's no reason for me to do that because first and foremost, although I am a clue hunter, I like to think of myself as a content creator. And if I can't make that interesting for you guys to watch or, you know, some sort of storyline out of that, it's just not cool. It's just not worth devoting that amount of time for something that I don't inherently care about. I'm not like intrinsically motivated to go for the pets that I think are unfun. However, the fun pets, the bosses that I love doing, things like Zammy, I'm very intrinsically motivated to go for, so it makes for good content. People like watching it. I like watching it. Anyway, follow me on Twitch, right? Twitch.tv/TastyLife. Thank you. I'll link it below. But yeah, there's nothing particularly important in this section. You can look at my miscellaneous if you want. It's not that cool. I mean, I've got Dragon Warhammer, Big Fish, Chompy, Irby, a couple of these. I've got 250 giant keys. I actually, dude, I have so many freaking giant keys in my bank. I think they're here. Yeah, here we go. 246. That was actually from my Skatizo pet grind. I would just cannon giants in the Zaya caves and just passively get giant keys while getting totem pieces to go kill Skatizo, which I have right here. But anyway, back to the collection log here. There's only a few I want to show you guys. A Duke Succulus, I got that pet recently. I think it's my second most recent pet? No, that's my most recent pet. That's right. But yeah, I've also got, let's see, a Magus Vestige. Got one of those. 6 Ice Quartz for some reason. Some Virtus pieces. No Axe pieces at all from anything yet. I am working on that. One of my goals is all DT2 pets. And hopefully I get like 2 or 3 Axe pieces because then I'll be motivated to go back and finish the Axe and get some money, I guess. Anyway, the main one I wanted to show you guys right now is Krill Sutsaroth. This is my current, I guess, second most important pet grind that I've been going for. I'm at 3,800 KC, right on rate with like Zammy Spears and stuff. I think I'm a little dry on other things, Staff of the Deads. But this is not really a money boss, honestly. This is more just for the pet. Hopefully I get that one soon, but we'll see. Nightmare Log's kind of cool. I've got this pet, but obviously you guys saw that last year, so nothing new. I just think it's a cool little thing. And then the other DT2 thing I'm working on right now is, of course, Vardorvis. I don't like the other 2 bosses as much, but anyway, here I've got the Altar Vestige. Again, no Axe pieces, no pet. Only 1,000 KC, 1,100 KC, so it's not too insane, honestly. 7 Blood Quartzes. I enjoyed this one. It's fun to grind for a little bit, so hopefully I get it soon, but if not, oh well, it makes me money. It's a decent boss. And then, okay, this is kind of the big kahuna. People ask me about Zulrah all of the time. My longest RuneScape goal is to get both mutagens from Zulrah. I wanted that so fucking bad. It's insane. It was the first thing I, like, consigned myself to after maxing my account basically 3 years ago. Which I guess, yeah, it was almost 3 years ago I maxed this account. It was my first goal, that and Mole Pet. And Mole Pet I achieved fairly quickly. But the manual mutagen still eludes me. I am almost 11,000 KC here at Zulrah. Only 1 pet, doesn't really matter. I did get a dupe Tans, so I am nearing double the drop rate for the Magma mutagen specifically. And then also I'm just drawing mutagens in general, actually. I'm owed another one, if not a 4th. Kind of gloaty, but, you know, that's whatever. That's really all the important stuff. Here's my TOA collection log. I actually have the gear completed, which is kind of cool. Theater of Blood is completely completed. I have the 2K cape, which is the last thing you get usually. 5 pets, which is kind of gross. And then this is my Cox log, which also is quite good. I've got Ancestral Robe Bottoms before the collection log, but no Denny Bees, no Claws. So still a really good KC to almost be completely completed with Chambers of Zarek. So that's fun. And then, oh yeah, before I forget, I'm going to show you guys clues. These don't really matter. Like I said, I've got all the clue rewards for the metrics or the breakpoints, whatever they're called. I don't know. This is my master clue collection log. Dude, look at this. 932. Okay, let's check the rank. Let's check what I am. Clues Master. I am rank 121 in the entire game. Out of everyone that has ever played RuneScape, I'm almost top 100 for Master Clue completions. And still, no Bloodhound. 5 third age rings. Okay, sick. Missing Dragon Kite Shield, Zammy Ornament. and then some Enku and Mummy pieces, but again, that's not really a huge deal. Those are like giga rare as far as I'm concerned. And, you know, completing this collection log is something that I do not care about, really. I just want the pet. I spew my money like an idiot, okay? I spew it like an absolute dumbass to get master clues. Most of them that I do are dragon impling jars. We'll go into goals in a second here, but over the past, I don't know, couple years, I have spent upwards of 4 billion GP on clues. Okay, because I get most of them, like I said, from implings, and that's not just elites, that's also hards, mediums, easies. It's a very expensive pet hunt. It's wildly expensive. And like that, plus all the giveaways that I do on my stream and for YouTube and stuff, I would definitely have max gear. I'd have more than max gear at this point if I didn't wail out on that. But to me, getting the pet is more important. It's something I want to do more. So that is definitely what I have sacrificed. Anywho, yeah, if you want to look at the rares, I've got a few pieces of Gilded. I've never, ever gotten Third Age, which is kind of poopy. I would love Third Age. It's one of my mini goals, but if I get Bloodhound before that happens, I'm not going to do more clues. I'm going to be done with clues, realistically. Sorry, guys. I'm an idiot. My bad, boys. My bad. I forgot to show you guys the value of the buckets of milk, dude. This is my collection. We are nearly at 50 million buckets of milk. My goal for the end of the year is 69 mil. Because haha, that'd be funny. Anyway, let's check out the exact amount we got. Bam, 1.8 billion GP of milk. We have just about 47.5 mil. It's normally actually higher than this. It's usually around 2.5. It's over max cash for most part. However, the milk prices have been lower recently, about 38. Normally they sit around like 50-ish, whatever. And they've gone as high as 120 or something stupid like that. And my bank value was, it's like 20 bill for a day. I don't know what happened, but yeah, anyway, that's the milk. So if you'd like to donate milk, if you ever see me in game, I would love it. Thank you very much. This is a crowd-funded collection, or at least half of it is. About half of it's my own money. And I'm going to start spending some more money on it as soon as I get that Bloodhound as well. So anyway, yeah, back to fishing. Bye. Anyway, hold up. I'm gonna gear up for a little bit of skilling. Actually, you guys get to watch me skill while I ramble on the rest of it. Oh, actually, you know what? Wait, hold up. I've got a better idea. Here, get this. Okay, hopefully that should help. Now, my current goals in RuneScape, I'll go over them pretty quickly. Like I said, I'm a pet hunter, but I don't want all pets. I just want to go for the pets that I think are fun. So the current ones taking all my time are obviously Bloodhound. We went over that. Zambi is taking a bunch of my time as well. I have a mini goal of getting all of the DT2 pets, which is slow progress, but I got one of them, and they're fun bosses. I really don't mind them. I want the TOA pet and all the morphs, so that way I have all 3 Dusted Raids pets. And then I'm also kind of casually doing Muspa on the side. I'm about halfway to drop right there, so I've been putting a lot of pet hours in, but I've been not particularly lucky this year. If I'm being honest, I've been getting a little hoed on quite a few things RNG-wise. Those are the main ones. I guess after that, I'm going to get the rest of the God Wars pets as soon as I get Zammy. I want to do KBD, maybe like a Wildy pet or 2, and then obviously the Magma Mutagen is huge for me. Max PVM gear is something that I'm definitely shelving, because like I said, I spend a lot of money on the Bloodhound. That is my biggest money sink. If I get that soon, though, if I get that this year, that is going to be a huge boon to my bank account, because I can actually start saving up for max PVM gear, and my money is not just going to mysteriously disappear, and etc. Okay, now time for the IRL updates, which I'm sure some of you are excited for. I'm gonna do my best to go over everything kind of briefly, and like honestly, I guess. But obviously, if you've been following me for a little bit, you will happen to know that the biggest thing that happened to me recently is that myself and a few others purchased the Behemoth channel. That is right. It was a purchase. It was a transaction. It was a deal where we've been working on for, honestly, almost half a year at this point. It's been to the wraps for a while, and I'll talk a little bit about it so you guys kind of have a general idea what's going on, but obviously we can't share all the details because there's, you know, stuff that is trade secrets or whatever. I don't know. I'm just not, fuck you. Anyway, about 6 months ago, I want to say, half a year ago, I was actually sending a clip to Behemoth of something that I wanted him to put in his videos, and right as I messaged him, he actually messaged me at like the same exact moment. It was a little strange. And he asked if he could talk to me later, and I was like, okay, you know. obviously I've been friends with, we're not like crazy close, but we had been friends at that point. We have talked to each other. We had, you know, rubbed shoulders. So I was curious as to what he wanted to talk about. And then I get into a little Discord call with him, and he basically tells me that he is flirting with the idea of selling the channel. Now, I'm not going to go too deep into why he was doing that. But essentially, like, after taking it over, we've been running it for about 3 months now. I can tell you quite definitely it is an insane amount of work. It really, really is. And we have a whole team dedicated to it. And this guy was doing it himself, you know, for 4 years, basically almost all by himself. And on top of that, he has a wife. He has kids. He has a full-time job on top of everything. And this was a daily thing. It takes us as a team probably like 5 or 6 man-hours of work every single day. And he was doing that, again, by himself. So I think he was just kind of ready to call it quits at that point. He had achieved everything he wanted to achieve. You know, it was a grind of passion for him. He was doing it for, you know, for himself, for his family. And I respect that. I really do. But he kind of told us, he was like, yeah, I'm looking to get out of it. And I think yourself and the base crew, which is my stream team and a lot of the streamers that I associate myself with, you guys would be basically the perfect people to take it over. And I was like, wow, this is kind of insane. We talked a little bit, like very briefly, about pricing and the, you know, the ballpark, what to expect, what he wanted, the kind of form of the deal. So I had something to bring to, you know, my friends and now my business partners, shall I say. And it was definitely kind of like scary at first because you know, I'm not gonna leak the price, but it was the most money I'd ever spent on anything ever by a significant margin. But also just the idea of the amount of commitment and time and effort that it would take is genuinely quite scary. Like it's a lot, especially when everything is on you. And I don't think I fully knew what I was signing up for when I bought the channel, but I did know that I was signing up for things that I wouldn't know I was signing up for, if that makes sense. Like I knew there would be unknowables to the amount of stress and work it would take. And I genuinely love it. Like, it's so much fun hosting Behemoth. It's all of the things that I love about YouTube without all the things that I hate about YouTube. And it's really kind of ignited a spark of passion again that I haven't really had for a while. So it's been really nice. But it is a lot of work, and it's very stressful. Like I cannot overstate. It has definitely taken a toll on my mental health, if I'm being very honest with you guys. And that's probably compounded with a lot of other things that have been happening to me in the past, like 3 months. Not all of them bad. Some of them are really good, but also it's just a lot. Like there's a lot of emotional overload for me. I'm trying to get through this without saying too many times, but this is kind of like a ramble style video, so get used to it. But yeah, immediately following the acquisition of Behemoth, my workload increased an amount that I was not really ready for, because I had taken a few sponsors for, you know, my own personal YouTube videos. I had taken sponsors for Behemoth that needed to be dealt with. There was the whole legal part of it. You know, getting a contract written up is not only expensive, but it's time consuming. There's so many calls with lawyers. There's so much double, triple checking. It's such a lengthy and exhausting process. It really is. And then obviously we needed to have team meetings. So I don't know, keeping essentially 10 people on the same page is really hard. And I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I 100% spread myself thin. Like I was not ready for the workload that I gave myself. And I have 100% suffered because of it. I think where I've suffered the most is definitely my main YouTube channel, this one here. Because I've kind of ranked it as my lowest priority, which, I don't know if it sounds messed up to say, but that's kind of fair because Behemoth is, you know, expected daily uploads. Like, that's what we're signing up for. My stream is really my passion. Like, that's what I love doing. I love getting up in the morning and, you know, like, getting ready to stream and, like, hanging out with you guys and having fun and listening to music. Like, that's always fun to me, even though it's definitely emotionally draining at times. And so my own personal YouTube kind of falls in third place. I still love it, obviously. But I had to suffer somewhere, and this is just where it ended up manifesting. On top of that, I've been really trying to maintain like a healthy social life and connect with other people a lot more than I have recently. And in the last 3 months, that's definitely manifested. I've done it very well, and I'm very happy. But maybe I did it a little bit too well. I have not been taking great care of my body recently. I've been drinking a lot more than I would like. I've been vaping as well, which I've quit for the time being. For those of you who are curious, don't worry. But I've definitely been feeling physically not very good. I am really not in good shape right now compared to, especially like when I started streaming and making content. I figured it would be easier to stay in shape and have more time to dedicate to myself. But I think the lack of schedule and the lack of rigidity actually made it harder. But yeah, I've got a lot of plans to fix that. I've got a lot of stuff in motion, I guess. And I've been taking the first steps, and, you know, it's something I've done before, so I'm very confident that I can do it again. Just the hard part is always getting started and getting yourself in that routine. So, I mean, I'm looking forward to this year. I really think it's going to be a lot of big things. We got, you know, RuneFest coming up. I've got a lot of stuff on my personal life on, like, the relationship front that I'm also dealing with. And, again, everything combined, like, Behemoth, all the legal stuff, all the sponsors, streaming as much as I can, leagues coming out, trying to maintain a personal life. I could keep going on. I definitely overcommitted in a lot of aspects. And the place where I'm least happy with that is the personal YouTube channel, this one that has suffered the most. However, with that being said, if I had to go back and remake my decisions, most of them I would make exactly the same. And I think the personal channel would probably end up suffering no matter what. But hopefully I can stick to some rigidity and a bit of schedule this year. And I ideally would love to hit 100,000 subscribers. That's not even that difficult. I think that's 1,000 subscribers a month. And if I'm being honest, that's maybe 2 to 3 uploads a month, which is doable. It is doable, but I just need to make sure that I find videos that I actually think are worth making. And I need to stop being such a lazy fucking piece of shit. Get up at a good time, you know, treat my health a little bit more seriously, stop going out as much as I want instead of, you know, like, prioritizing different things, I guess. But yeah, this has been a pretty long video, I think, actually. I'm not sure how long it's going to be when I cut it up. But I just wanted to give you guys a look into the life of TastyLife. As well as, you know, well, probably most of you came forward with just the bank video and the RuneScape goals and stuff like that. But it does feel good to talk about. And I hope you guys enjoyed listening. Maybe give you a little bit more of a glimpse into what's going on in my life. There's a lot more that I could talk about, but I could keep rambling. I don't know. Do you guys like ramble videos? Do you guys like this stuff? I feel like it's content that sometimes I feel bad making because it feels kind of low effort. I'd like to put a little bit more effort into stuff, but then some of my videos I think I also was lazy on, so like I don't know, I can't be too hard on myself. Just let me know what you guys like, because at the end of the day, all right, this is for you. Anyway, my name is TastyLife, aka Max. If you want to know my real name, that's what it is. I appreciate you guys for watching this. If you watched this far, you're maybe a little bit of a psychopath, but hope you enjoyed it. I'm gonna go ahead and cut this up and then shoot this on YouTube tomorrow. But that is all. Remember, gamers, please stay tasty.